Let's have a real conversation for a second. Most dating advice tells you to be softer, more understanding, more patient, to love him harder so he finally chooses you. But that's exactly why it's not working. Because the more you overgive, the less he feels the need to rise. And here's the truth most women don't realize until it hurts. A man doesn't treat you based on your actual worth. He treats you based on the value he perceives. That means you could be loyal, kind, emotionally intelligent, everything a man says he wants, and still get treated like an option. Not because you're not enough, but because in his mind, you're not rare. And this leads us to something I call the perception gap trigger. This is the hidden switch in a man's psychology that determines everything: his effort, his consistency, his loyalty, even his fear of losing you. If he sees you as irreplaceable, he invests. If he sees you as accessible, he relaxes. And if he's unsure, he becomes inconsistent. Everything you've ever felt confused about, it starts right here. So today, we're going deeper. These are 13 harsh truths about men that women usually learn too late. But once you understand them, you stop chasing and start being chosen. Truth number 1. He treats you how he sees you, not how you deserve. A man who believes he found a diamond doesn't handle it casually. He protects it. He prioritizes it. He fears losing it. But if he's inconsistent, hot and cold, confusing, it's not because he doesn't know what to do. It's because he hasn't decided what you are to him. And here's the part that stings. That perception has very little to do with your actual value, and everything to do with how you present, position, and reinforce yourself. Example: you're always available, always forgiving, always understanding his busy schedule. In your mind, you're being loving. In his mind, you're easy to come back to. That's the perception gap. Truth number 2. He will not love you unconditionally. This one breaks a lot of illusions. Unconditional love sounds romantic, but in relationships, it's unrealistic. Men don't love without conditions. And neither do women, if we're being honest. Relationships are built on exchange: emotional, physical, psychological. If his needs aren't met consistently, his feelings shift. That doesn't make him evil. It makes him human. Example: if respect fades, attraction fades. If admiration disappears, effort follows. Love doesn't disappear overnight. It slowly erodes when the dynamic becomes one-sided. Truth number 3. Insecure men don't protect your light. They dim it. An insecure man will fall in love with your confidence, then slowly try to control it. Why? Because the same traits that attracted him threaten him. Your independence feels like distance. Your social life feels like competition. Your confidence feels like risk. So what does he do? He criticizes, he isolates, he subtly reshapes you. Until one day, you don't even recognize yourself. And then he says, "You've changed." But the truth is, he changed you. Truth number 4. A man without purpose will never prioritize you. No woman will ever feel enough to a man who doesn't know what he wants from life. Because if he's not building anything, you become entertainment, not inspiration. A man with direction sees a woman as a partner in his vision. A man without direction sees a woman as a distraction from his boredom. Example: he texts when he's bored. He disappears when something better comes along. It's not about you. It's about his emptiness. Truth number 5. Men fall in love with how you make them feel, not just who you are. This is where a lot of women get it wrong. You focus on being a good woman. But men connect through emotional experience. It's not just your qualities. It's how he feels in your presence. Does he feel respected? Does he feel admired? Does he feel like he's winning with you? Or does he feel judged, tested, or replaceable? Example. You think, I'm loyal. Why isn't he committed? He feels, being with her feels heavy, and he chooses based on feeling, not logic. Truth number 6. Being nice is not what makes him stay. You know what men say when they leave? She was so nice. Not, she was unforgettable. Not, I couldn't live without her. Nice is baseline. Nice is expected. Nice doesn't create emotional intensity. Connection does. Challenge does. Energy does. Truth number 7. A great guy isn't always a great partner. Some men are amazing until you date them. They're fun, charming, loved by everyone. But in relationships, they avoid conflict. They lack emotional depth. They don't know how to lead. Being likable is not the same as being reliable. And this is where many women get trapped, falling for potential instead of patterns. Truth number 8. If he's confused about you, he's not that into you. Men are not as complicated as they seem. When a man truly wants you, you feel clarity, consistency, effort, direction. Confusion only exists when interest is partial. Example. He says he likes me, but that "but" is your answer. Truth number 9. Some men are addicted to the chase, not the relationship. There's a type of man who loves pursuit, but not possession. He wants the excitement, the validation, the ego boost of winning you. But once he has you, the energy drops. Because what he loved was the chase, not you. Truth number 10. He will judge your past, even if he says he won't. This is uncomfortable, but real. Men say they want honesty, but not all men can handle full transparency, especially when it triggers comparison or insecurity. This doesn't mean you lie. It means you understand. Not every truth needs to be fully detailed to be valid. Truth number 11. A man can replace you faster than you expect. Women often emotionally detach slowly. Men, they can switch fast, not because they didn't care, but because they compartmentalize. They can meet someone new, feel excitement, and shift their focus almost instantly, which is why waiting for closure often keeps you stuck longer than necessary. Truth number 12. Many men have unrealistic expectations because of conditioning. From a young age, many men are exposed to unrealistic portrayals of women and relationships. Perfect bodies, perfect behavior, constant excitement. So when real relationships feel normal, they think something is missing, and instead of building depth, they chase novelty. Truth number 13. Freedom matters to him more than you think. This is one of the biggest ones. A man needs to feel like he chooses you, not like he's trapped with you. The moment he feels forced, his energy shifts. Think of it like this. He needs to see the exit door, so he can decide to stay. And if the experience of being with you feels better than leaving, that's when commitment becomes natural, not pressured. Don't confuse understanding men with tolerating bad behavior. This isn't about lowering your standards. It's about raising your awareness, and there's a difference. Because once you truly understand these truths, you stop asking, why isn't he choosing me? And start asking, why am I choosing someone who isn't sure about me? And that shift changes everything. At some point, every woman reaches a moment where she's tired. Tired of overthinking. Tired of giving more than she gets. Tired of trying to prove her worth. And that's where the transformation begins. Because the woman who gets chosen consistently isn't the one who tries harder. She's the one who sees clearly. She doesn't chase clarity. She requires it. She doesn't compete for attention. She attracts investment. She doesn't stay where she feels unsure. She walks away before confusion becomes attachment, and suddenly everything changes. Not because men changed, but because her standards did.